Why you're fat and she's not. Hey guys, welcome to my channel. My thoughts will probably offend you, and my name's Michelle McDaniel. So when I was bigger, I would always look at my very thin best friend and think, man, why the heck is she freaking thin and I look like this? It's not fair. Why is she just so effortlessly thin and I look like a Snorlax? I was always under the impression that thin people were just blessed with genetics, and I got the sucky genetic side of the thins. Yep, going with that one, not editing it out. So as I got older and more educated when it comes to health, fitness, and weight loss, I started really just observing my skinny friends and obese friends' lifestyle. Now, before I go on, I do want to say there are, body types and genetics definitely play a role in how fat is distributed, and how much muscle someone has and how fast they can grow muscle. All of that stuff does come into play. So I'm sure you guys are going to say, well, this, my best friend eats all this stuff and she's thin. Cool. Just sit back, relax, and watch the video. So with all of that being said, let's take my best friend that I used in the beginning of this video, for example. I remember when we got together, we would eat cookies, we would share a gallon of ice cream, eat a whole pizza in one day, but why was she skinny and I was a chubby chubs? Now, I was under the impression that she ate like that all the time. She didn't. Once I started really observing her lifestyle, things became a lot more clear. Small meals seemed to satisfy her just fine. She was also crazy as and could never sit still. She skateboarded to school or rode her bike to school, biked, skateboarded everywhere. Her parents didn't take her places. My parents had a freaking chain all around my body and made sure to drive me everywhere when I was younger. So, I was more sedentary. She was all over the freaking place. While I would eat Little Caesars pizza, fries, and 3 white chocolate chip cookies every day at lunch, and then also binge when I got home from school and before bed. When me and her would get together, it was always at my house because once again, parents didn't let me go places without their supervision. So when we got together, we would eat because that's what I did. At my house, I would just eat. And we would eat a lot. And we would only get together once, maybe twice a month at my place, where we would literally be sedentary and just eat. So in my head, I thought this was just normal. I thought that's the way that she eats, and she's thin. That means that I can eat this way and also be thin. But I mean, the thin part didn't happen for me when I was eating like that. And when I realized that she didn't always eat like that, I felt cheated. I felt lied to. Another example that I noticed was with my boyfriend. When he lived with his family, him and his dad and his twin sister would eat out every single meal. And when I say every meal, I mean every meal. The kitchen was spotless because nobody freaking used it. And he told me this before I even met his family or seen his family. And when he told me, I was like, ooh, your family is probably very large people then. So I meet his family and everyone's thin. The dad is almost freaking 70, extremely active, sprints outside, jumping around, and I'm looking at them like, and I look at my father and he can barely walk. He's in the ending stages of diabetes, high blood pressure, and pretty much lays in bed all day with his shirt off with a large glass of fruit punch and Chinese food while he watches football. So now that we're both in California and we spend a lot of time with my boyfriend's family, I kind of just observe what everybody's doing with their mouth and food. That's not a sexual joke. Food. Probably should clear that up. Now the dad eats out every single meal, but I observed kind of stuff that he gets on these meals, and he gets pretty plain, boring thing. Doesn't like seasoning. You guys have seen my story time about the whole seasoning fiasco when I met my boyfriend, but I'll link it below. Doesn't like butter. Doesn't like oily, greasy things. So he normally gets the steak, chicken, or the vegetables with a Coke. And that's obviously not healthy. And I still don't think it's healthy to eat out every single day. That's for sure. Even if you are only getting like the steak or the chicken and a vegetable. But that's besides the point. If anyone leaves comments about that whole thing, I'm going to right over them. Because it's not the point of the video. I'm talking all about calories in this video, not health. Okay, we're over that part. Calories, health is out the window right now. So he eats out 3 times a day, every single day. So let's just say that he gets a 700 calorie meal, because I kind of did the math of what he normally gets, and it's around 700 calories, sometimes less, like 500, 400 calories. So that's around 2,100 calories, and that's a pretty low number for a grown man that's 6 foot something and stays active until 5, 6 o'clock at night. I was also looking at the sister and just, looking at her everyday lifestyle when we're around them. And she eats out quite a bit, a lot more than I do, but she is pretty small. Now I do look at both parents and I do think they have that more straight up and down look, like the mom's pretty thin, the dad's pretty thin, and then thus there's my boyfriend and his sister. But with that being said, remember, genetics only play a small part. If you eating 48 donuts a day, most likely you're gonna get big. So that's kind of what I was doing a long time ago, and I did get big. But I was looking at the sister, and just like the thought of eating out so much is so crazy to me. And I was like, how is she so thin? I eat out and I look like Majin Buu with a wig. She goes to Cheesecake Factory and gets a waffle. How is this happening? It's not fair. But I really took the time to observe their lifestyle. So she gets that waffle and she gets full pretty quick. She's also not hungry until like hours after. The next meal she eats is around 300 to 400 calories. That's lunch, and then dinner she cannot stand being full before bed. So the last meal is even lighter than her lunch. And I even heard her say one night when we were all hanging out, ooh, a cookie sounds good. And there was cookies on the counter. And she goes, oh, you know what? I had that waffle this morning. I don't need a cookie. Now let's use me for an example. When I eat out, especially when I was bigger, not so much now, I don't like to eat out, but when I would eat out before, when I was saying, oh, everyone else is just lucky that they're thin, and here I am, like, I don't know why I'm bigger. When I would eat out, I would need a appetizer, my main course, and of course, I am not gonna leave a restaurant without getting my dessert. I was most likely eating well over 3,000 calories in one sitting. I would get home and be starving within a couple of hours, binge on random snacks my little grubby hands could find, and then ding, 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 dinner time, and I love being extremely full before bed. And guess what else? I think I have room for that cookie. And you can't have a cookie without ice cream. And you can't have ice cream without a lot of chocolate syrup on top. You see what I'm saying here? Do you see the difference? Can you spot the difference between me and the sister? Why she's thin and why I was bigger? Oh, another example is my mom, who everyone says, oh, you're so blessed to just be thin. Like her sister always says that because my aunt is quite a larger lady. So when my mom gets very stressed out, because we can't not get stressed as adults. It happens. So when she gets stressed out, she eats the bare minimum that she needs to be able to survive and function. You know those people who just can't eat or just get nauseous when just, hard things happen in life? That's my mom. So my aunt, me included, when we get stressed, all I want to do is eat no matter what. Is that the song? All I do is win, no matter what. Nope, but it is now. I just wanted to talk about this because I see a lot of people say, man, she's so lucky that she's thin. I don't know why I'm carrying so much extra weight and that girl over there is so small. Now that I'm fit, people say the same thing to me now. They're like, man, you're so lucky that you're just blessed with these genetics and it's so easy for you. But for me, I eat a cupcake and I just blow up. No, that's not what's going on. You eat a couple of cupcakes, plus ice cream on top of that cupcake, plus chocolate sauce, and that cookie. That's why you're carrying extra weight. When you go to the restaurant, you're getting the appetizer, the meal, and the dessert. People see I might post like, oh, I'm eating pizza and hot Cheetos. I'm like, man, you're just so lucky that you can eat that and look the way that you do. It happened to me just the other day when I was making a little hot Cheeto run at Target. And the lady's like, wow, you can eat those and look the way that you do? And I'm just like, do you think my like whole diet is made up of hot Cheetos? Because I wish it was, but it's not. And that's just the thing, I don't eat hot Cheetos all the time. Just like I don't eat pizza all the time. I don't overeat all the time. Most of my calories are controlled and I'm very aware of what I'm putting inside my body, unlike before when it was just a free-for-all. And the more I evaluate people's eating habits, the more I see that the people who claim that these people are just blessed because of #genetics are the people who are not conscious or aware of what's going in their body. So if you are one of those people, I really recommend taking a step back and really looking at your eating habits. Get a food journal, take some time and write down what you eat. Like I said, when I did that, I was eating well over 3,000 calories a day. It was no wonder why I was looking around a lot of extra LBs. And remember, take things slow. You're not gonna change overnight. You're gonna F up a lot. I know I did, I still do. Take things slow, small steps to a full-on healthier lifestyle. And I also know that I have quite a bit of obese individuals who like to check out my website, and I see a lot of you guys purchasing some of the workout programs on there, and obese people need a certain type of exercise routine for them. You have to make sure that you stay safe. You don't want to train like an athlete because you do have extra weight. That's a lot of weight on the joints, and we want to make sure that you lose weight safely. So I did create a fat burning routine just for my obese individuals who want to purchase something from my website. The beginner one is only a 3-day workout done at home. You guys asked for an at-home workout. I give it you an at-home workout. You do need ankle weights and 5 to 15 pound dumbbells, but most of those things you can get right at Walmart or wonderful Amazon. The intermediate and advanced ones do need a gym, but they are all obese friendly. More information is on my website, and I made sure to link that right in the description of this video. I also know that a lot of you guys have been begging me for Skype sessions. I am booked for quite a while. You guys are definitely keeping this little 5'2" weirdo very busy, which I am not complaining. Thank you so much for that. But I understand a lot of you guys have questions. It's very hard for me to get some messages now because I do have a lot of clients and I am doing Skype sessions. So it's like, I kind of have to get to the people who pay money to talk to me. So it's not that I'm ignoring you. It's just that I have a job that I have to fulfill. But because the demand is so high, I offer a question program. I don't know what it's going to be called, but I will link it below too. But basically you can ask 3 to 10 questions. There's different amounts to however many questions you have. There's different options. So all you have to do is click the option, email me your questions, and then I will get to you. I only do take 5 per week because I do get into depth. The people who do Skype sessions know I like to talk a lot, which means I probably will write quite a bit unless they're very simple questions like, how old are you? And then I say 28. I'm not sure I have to like show you my whole life story, but the people who are actually asking questions about like weight loss and those kind of things, I try to go in depth just so that you can understand it. That's why I'm only taking 5. It helps me stay more in depth with you guys instead of overworking myself so much. So if you're interested in that, that is also links below. So remember, you do not have to be a size 2. Abs are great to have, but you do not need them to be healthy. Muscle is fabulous, but remember, being healthy is more fabulous. And I want all my watchers, even the ones that despise me, to be as healthy as you possibly can. I will see you guys next time. Thank you so much for subscribing. I'm loving all the new subscribers and all the comments and all the followers on Instagram. Thank you, thank you, thank you, and I will see you guys next time.